I grew up in the Bay Area, in a small city called Saratoga. So my parents moved here when I was 2 years old. I went to UC Berkeley, where I studied business and I minored in English. I would say just career-wise, I started off in the world of finance doing investment banking, and now I work for a technology company that helps small businesses grow and get online. I think the problems that our country and our society are dealing with right now are too large to continue to ignore and just stay focused on a professional career. What oftentimes happens are small cities like Saratoga that have very different needs and very different demographics and very different sets of resources, they often get left behind. In particular, what I think is really relevant to our city right now are three things that I'm focusing on. Public health and COVID-19. Saratoga has one of the largest percentages of older adults in Santa Clara County. About 1 in 5 adults here is above the age of 65 and will be at very high risk if they contract COVID. We have a really incredible senior center. We have an incredible adult daycare center. All of these things have had to shut down. And a number of our residents have been stuck at home. One topic that I personally care a lot about is actually one that I don't think is discussed much, which is loneliness. Loneliness has all sorts of health impacts, and as a result of COVID-19, people have been isolated that much more. And so I think it's something that we just need to be focusing on as well. Second is community safety. We have wildfires that started off again yesterday, 2 hours north of here. We here in Saratoga were told to prepare to evacuate about a month ago. Where I think we've been lacking is communicating those resources to local counterparties within the city. So for example, educating residents in Saratoga in April and May, which is 3 or 4 months ahead of wildfire season. Our city has what are called neighborhood watch groups, like many cities across the country. But what we don't have are fire watch groups. The chance of your house lighting on fire goes up significantly when your neighbor's house is on fire. One thing I'm focused on is really just financial responsibility and transparency, which is clarifying for folks what government is spending money on, because that money is what actually reflects our priorities. What I will say is, when I was in high school, I worked for Congressman Mike Conda, and that was in response to what happened around 9/11. And back then, there really were no local civic leaders that looked like me. I want to look back on my life in 20 years and say that when times got tough, I didn't just focus on work and wait for it to get convenient, but I stepped up when my family, when my community, when my city, when my country needed it.